What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. This is going to be a sports show. We're going to talk about football this year, make our picks, and I'm not going to do Thursday night as I'm recording this on a Wednesday, and I'm not sure if it's going to be up. I'm going to do these every Monday, but this week has been a little rough for me, so I haven't been getting to it, but I want to get to this video so I can at least get it up on the channel before Sunday comes around. Hopefully I can do that on Friday. Have it up on the channel Friday. But we're going to talk about the games, and we're going to talk about them, and then we're going to, trickle in some baseball. We're also going to talk about AEW today. Big things going on in AEW backstage-wise. I kind of want to give my 2 cents on it. So, we're going to start with football. Let us start with... Let's skip Thursday night, and let's just jump right into Sunday. Let's start with the Philadelphia Eagles at the Detroit Lions. Look, guys, all the years I've paid attention in football, the Lions haven't been that great. They've had a couple of years where they're knocking on the playoff door. Maybe they get into a wild card. But let's be honest. This one, hands down, the Eagles will take this one in Detroit. They'll go up 1-0 to start their season, and that's fine. The Eagles made some moves this offseason. They were, decent in the draft in my eyes. So let's just give the Eagles 1-0. Next up, San Francisco at Chicago. The Niners at the Bears. Okay. If Garoppolo was playing and he was a starter for the Niners, I would probably give this one to the Niners. But because they're going with someone new, I don't know how he's going to handle it, especially being in Chicago. And we just don't know how that team will mesh with him. We've seen their preseason decent, but it's regular season, okay? It's all the starters. So this one's a tough one for me. My wife's a Niners fan. I'm not. I'm a Raiders fan. But I'll always give the Niners the benefit of the doubt if need be. I am going to give this one to the Bears only because they're in Chicago and because I don't know really how the Niners rookie is going to be. After this week, he might change my mind, and in week 2, I'll choose the Niners. Have him eat my words. It's fine. We'll see. The next game up, Pittsburgh Steelers at Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals will win this one. Steelers don't have Roethlisberger. They don't know who their quarterback's going to be. They are scrambling, literally, to get this team up and going. Bengals. All the way. New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins. I'm going with the Dolphins. I wasn't impressed with the Patriots in preseason. I think the Dolphins will take this one. They're in Miami. It's fine. They got it. Dolphins will go 1-0. Patriots will start their season off 0-1. Next up, Cleveland Browns, Carolina Panthers. They're in Carolina with all the controversy with Deshaun Watson and him being suspended for the first 11 games of the NFL season. Probably should be more. I'm going to go with the Panthers on this. I think they have the better team. On paper, the Browns look great. They can't perform it. I don't think they'll be able to perform it. So I am going to go with Carolina on that one. Indianapolis in Houston against the Texans. I am going to give this one to Indy. I think they'll go into Houston. I think they're going to beat Houston. Could surprise me. If that does, I'm going to pay attention to this one closely to really analyze both teams for the following week. But for this week, I have my money on Indy. Next up, the Saints at Atlanta against the Falcons. I think the Sorry. I think the Saints will lose this one, and Atlanta will win. Atlanta has Marcus Mariota. I like him. I think he's going to be a good fit. They don't have Julio, but that's fine. I think Marcus can do. The Saints, I think they're going to be struggling. Their defense might be great. Might be something to watch out for. It'll be a low-scoring game. But I think Marcus Mariota will be able to defeat the Saints in his first game as a Falcon. And they'll move on 1-0. Baltimore Ravens, New York Jets. Okay, Ravens. The Jets have a lot they have to get going. They need to restructure their team, I think. And I think they need to keep rebuilding. But right now, I think Baltimore will go into New York and beat the Jets and move on to week 2. Next up, Jacksonville Jaguars against the Washington Commanders. This one's a tough one. They both struggle. They both have a lot they need to work on. But I'm going to give it to Jacksonville. I think they'll be able to go into Washington, beat the Commanders, and move on to week 2, 1-0. It's a tough one, but that's just how I feel. The next up is a rivalry game to start week 1, and this is one I am very excited for. The Green Bay Packers in Minnesota against the Vikings. My mom grew up in Minnesota. My sister lives in Minnesota. I have family that lives in Green Bay. My wife has family that lives in Green Bay. So I always get excited when I see these two teams. Even though I'm a Raiders fan, it's fine. It's cool. Don't care. I always like to watch this game just because, it's a classic rivalry game to me. I think Rodgers will be able to go into Minnesota and beat Cousins, but I'm not entirely sure that Minnesota defense in Minnesota really shows up, especially against divisional teams. And I think Rodgers is going to have to watch out for it, especially without Adams on the team now. He doesn't have that go-to weapon anymore. His O-line's going to have to protect him against the Minnesota defense. If they can protect him and he can make the plays that we've seen Rodgers make year in and year out, Green Bay will win this. And I will give this one to Green Bay because I have faith in that O-line for the Packers. So Green Bay will go into Minnesota, beat Cousins, and move on. Week 1, 1-0. Next up, New York Giants against the Tennessee Titans. Okay, the Titans did a lot of shifting around, and it's fine. I think I have faith. I feel like the Titans will be able to move on 1-0 at home. They're at home. They'll be fine at home. 1-0. They'll send the Giants packing. It's fine. Okay. Next up, we got 4 games left, guys. Next up, the Las Vegas Raiders against the LA Chargers. They're in LA. Okay. I am not sure how Carr and Adams will be together. They played in college. That's fine. They have that chemistry. That's fine. But the Chargers did make some additions to their defense. Biggest one is Khalil Mack. For this one, I am actually not 100% sure, but they're in LA, so I'm going to give this one to the Chargers.
Oh.
Next up, the Kansas City Chiefs in Arizona. Okay. They're in Arizona against the Cardinals, but it is the Chiefs. It is Mahomes. I'm going to give this one to the Chiefs. I'm going to have the Chiefs start off the season 1-0. We'll see. We'll see how I do on this one. But I think Kyler Murray has a lot he still needs to work on. He doesn't like to watch tapes. He needs to start learning to watch tapes. And I know Arizona put that in his contract, so hopefully that kicks it in, and maybe this game will make me go, hey, Arizona's actually decent. Great. Next week, whoever they play could be good, but this one I'm giving to Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're gonna walk into Arizona and they're gonna take the win. Next up, Tampa Bay against the Cowboys. Okay, they're in Dallas. I have never been able to figure out Dallas at all. They always surprise me, but then they always disappoint me. So for this one, I'm going to kind of lean and give it to Brady and Tampa, especially with picking up Julio Jones. Hey, that might be a match made in heaven, Brady and Julio. So we'll see. But for that one, I think Brady and the Bucks are going to walk into Dallas and they're going to steal a win from Dallas in Dallas. So we're going to give that one to Brady. And finally, our Monday night game. The Denver Broncos against the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson starting his first game as a Bronco in Seattle. Ironic? Yes. Great Monday night game. I'm excited for this one. But for this one, I am giving it to Denver and Russell Wilson. He is going to go right back home into Seattle and steal a win from them. So the Monday night game will show that it wasn't Russell Wilson who was having the issues in Seattle. It was the fact that they paid him way too much. Let's be honest. But it was the fact that they couldn't build a team around him. So those are my picks. Monday night, Denver will beat Seattle in Seattle. Okay, there we go. Those are my Monday night picks. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you think? I want to see if I can have a perfect record. We will see at the end of the season, after week 18. If I get a perfect record, we'll see we'll see. I won't, but we'll see if I can pull it off. But on another note, guys, let's talk about AEW right now. It's wrestling. They had their pay-per-view on Sunday. They had All Out. It was a decent pay-per-view. I'll give them that. A couple of surprises. Nothing major, but they had a big altercation in the back afterwards and a big argument, and look, five people got suspended 2 people might get fired. Let me pull up the article one more time so I can tell you exactly who were the people that potentially are fired. Okay. Well, not potentially fired. Potentially let me rephrase this. Let me tell you the 5 people that got suspended. Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Pat Buck, Daniels, and Nakazawa. Those 5 individuals were in the altercation and they all got suspended. 2 people who started the altercation could potentially lose their jobs at the end of tonight. So when this video goes up, they might be out of that that promotion. I don't know. And that is CM Punk and Ace Steel. Ace Steel was CM Punk's trainer when he was learning to wrestle. And CM Punk, we all know if you keep up with wrestling, he tells it like it is. He doesn't give a shit if you hate him or not. It's fine. But if you watch the media scrum and the things he was saying during the media scrum, it was, after the pay-per-view, it was kind of bad. And he was kind of throwing a lot of people under the bus. Hey! He was throwing a lot of people under the bus. And, you know, I think that it is in Tony Khan's best interest that he parts ways with them, with CM Punk and Ace Steel. CM Punk is the new AEW World Champion, and that's fine. You have an easy out of doing a tournament and changing a bunch and getting a new champion in there, especially to do a feud with MJF. But man, it was very, very, very vulgar. A lot of F-bombs, a lot of S-bombs, a lot of bombs were going off by CM Punk. The only part I don't like, if you watch it back, you can see Tony Khan sit there and he nods with Punk and agrees with him. And to me, no owner should do that. It was kind of a play of favoritism, so I didn't like that too much. But I will keep you guys updated on that the more I find out. But other than that, guys, week 1 picks are in. We're going to keep a close eye on some of these teams. We're going to pay attention a little bit more to the AEW situation. On Monday, we'll make our week 2 picks. See how week 1 did. We'll talk about that. If there's any news about the AEW thing, we'll talk about it. If not, we'll probably discuss a little bit of baseball as the season's really ramping up and the teams are really fighting to make playoffs and number 1 in their divisions. So I'll keep you guys posted on a lot. Let me know down in the comments what you think about my NFL picks, and thank you all for watching. And I want to make this a permanent thing, so I want you guys to let me know what I could change. Let's make it a great show. Let's get it, guys. Let's do this. Okay? Let's do it together. I want to build this show for you guys. And I want to have you guys enjoy coming to the show once a week. Okay? So, sound off in the comments. I will take a look at them. And thank you guys. Let's have a good football season. Take care.